hijacked helicopter lands inside a high-security prison, and within 5 minutes, the most dangerous inmate in France disappears for the second time. On a quiet morning inside a high-security French prison, everything was normal. Guards were at their posts, prisoners were in their cells, and nothing suggested that in just a few minutes, the place would witness one of the most embarrassing moments in the history of French prisons. Suddenly, a guard heard a strange sound in the sky. At first, he thought it was just a passing aircraft, but the sound kept getting louder, closer, shaking the air. He looked up and froze. A helicopter was landing inside the prison walls. This was not a drill, not a mistake. In less than 5 minutes, the most dangerous inmate in France vanished from one of the most secure prisons in the country. His name was Pascal Payet. Years before that moment, Pascal wasn't a legend or a terrifying name. He was born in 1963 in France and lived a relatively ordinary life before gradually slipping into the world of crime. In the late 1990s, he became involved in armed robberies until one operation changed everything. In 1997, a robbery he took part in ended with the death of a security guard. The incident shocked the public, and after a short manhunt, he was arrested. In 1999, the sentence was delivered, 30 years in prison. For most people, this would mean the end of the story. For Pascal, it was the beginning. From his very first days behind bars, he refused to see prison as the end. He saw it as a temporary problem to solve. He stayed quiet, observed everything, listened carefully, memorized details. He avoided trouble and never attracted attention. He simply thought. Slowly, a crazy idea began forming in his mind. Escape from a place no one escapes from. Not through tunnels or walls, but through the sky. Inside prison, he started contacting old friends outside. The messages looked normal, but they were coded. Dates, signals, instructions. Outside, the plan began to take shape. Hijack a helicopter. At the time, no one imagined a prisoner could coordinate something like this from inside a cell. In 2001, on what seemed like an ordinary day, the plan was executed. His accomplices hijacked a civilian helicopter and forced the pilot to change course toward the prison. The helicopter suddenly appeared above the courtyard and landed quickly. Pascal calmly ran toward it in front of stunned guards, climbed in, and the helicopter took off again. Not a single shot was fired. No fight. Within minutes, the prison was missing its most dangerous inmate. France was shocked. How could a man sentenced to 30 years escape so easily? How could an entire prison system fail to stop him? Pascal became headline news, but his freedom didn't last long. After months on the run, he was captured again. This time, authorities believed it was over. He was transferred to higher security prisons and received additional punishment. The message was clear: you will never get out again. But they underestimated one thing. Pascal wasn't just thinking about escape. He was thinking about doing it again, bigger than before. From 2003 to 2007, he lived the life of a model prisoner on the surface. No trouble, no riots, no attention. In secret, he planned with terrifying precision. He studied prison layouts, weak points, guard routines, even guard psychology. At the same time, he rebuilt his network outside. This time, he didn't want to escape alone. He wanted to leave a legacy. He chose 3 inmates he trusted and prepared them mentally. Small explosive charges were smuggled in. Simple, but enough to open doors. Every second of the plan was calculated. On July 14, 2007, France's National Day, the second operation began. Once again, a helicopter was hijacked and sent toward the prison. But this time, it wasn't just an escape. It was an aerial assault. Inside, Pascal used the charges to blast open doors, freed the 3 prisoners, and they rushed to the roof. At nearly the same moment, the helicopter landed. The 4 men climbed aboard, and the aircraft took off immediately. The entire operation took less than 5 minutes. By the time guards understood what had happened, it was over. The news spread everywhere. The same man, the same method, twice. Pascal Payet became the first person in history to escape prison by helicopter 2 times. The story became a national embarrassment. Interpol joined the hunt, launching one of the biggest manhunts in Europe. For 3 years, a long time, Pascal disappeared. He moved between locations, used fake identities, and relied on a wide network of helpers. But in the end, he made a small mistake. In 2010, after careful surveillance, police located him near Paris. When officers stormed the location, he did not resist. He knew the game was over. This time, there would be no third chance. More years were added to his sentence, and he was placed in a maximum security prison where escape is nearly impossible. His freedom ended, but the legend had already been written. If you enjoy real stories like this, don't forget to like the video and subscribe, because the next story will be even more shocking.